Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to the Pulse Podcast here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We're back. We're back at it, and we are in a little bit different surroundings here. You're seeing the beautiful artwork of my wife behind us because we have taken over her part of the art studio.
Yes.
But you know what? We got to get back at it. We got to get back in the saddle, guys.
It's been too long.
Just been itching to get at it. I mean, this is just it sucks paying for a place that you're not using. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's been a long time.
I appreciate my wife allowing us to use this space. Thank you, Chelsea. But yeah, we're back at it, folks. We're getting back into the swing of things because I'll tell you, this week it's going to be busy.
So jam-packed.
We got a lot of stuff going on. But first, before we get into that, make sure you share the video. Please make sure you give us a share, give us a like, give us a follow, and help us get the word out there because we got a lot of stuff going on this week and we got to promote this. And you can help us by just giving us a couple of clicks. That's all. Just a couple of clicks.
Subscribe to the YouTube.
Yes, that's huge. I mean, the banner's not there for me to point to anymore, but for real, you got to subscribe to the YouTube channel because that helps us more.
Yeah.
It really does. We get to that 1,000 subscriber mark, which I'm aiming end of football season. What do you guys think? Is that too big of a goal?
No.
Is that too lofty?
That might be too little of a goal.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we can get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of football season. So I'm putting that out there. It's my challenge to everybody. Can we get there? We should be able to. It's just going to depend on you. You got to help us.
Yep.
All right, so let's talk about, we got a lot of stuff going on this week. What's going on? I mean, tomorrow night, it's the big event.
Drive-in, baby.
The drive-in booster event. Huge shout out to owner Mike Cole for his hospitality helping us put this event on. But we are hosting an event at the drive-in tomorrow night.
Yep.
With Mike Cole, the owner of the Tiffin Drive-In, the new owner. And have you guys been out to the new drive-in?
Oh, it's amazing. What he's
Really?
done. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm excited. 'Cause I have not been out there yet. And I've been
They pretty
trying
much
to find the right opportunity. And I
Yeah.
think
They pretty much split the property. I mean, they got the concessions and stuff right in the middle. Then you got your main big screen up front, and then screen 2 is in the back.
Nice.
And it's so much room there.
Nice.
I mean, and the whole concession area is all redone. They got the new sign up front.
Okay.
The whole place in general it's amazing.
so. What about the front lawn area in front of the movies? What do they got going on out there?
I mean, it's just a big open area for a lot of
what I like
people
to hear.
to
Because
just
that's
going
going to give us plenty of space. Well, I want to do some drills, guys. What I'd like to do is maybe just a little pass catch drill where we have
you can't get that coach out of you, can you?
oh, come on now. So maybe just do a little pass catch drill. Have the kids, whoever the kids are out there, there's going to be a lot of kids out there, I feel like. So we got to give them something to do.
Yes.
So we'll set up some stations out there in front of the big screen. We're going to start about 7:30. I think that's what time the gate will open. That's what time we're inviting everybody to come out, and we're doing it like a meet and greet. So this is all of us from Heart of Ohio Sports are going to be out there. We want to meet you guys. This is going to be kind of our season kickoff event, if you will, for our broadcast team. I want to give our broadcast team the opportunity to meet the community and vice versa. I mean, this is your opportunity to meet the faces.
Get to know the faces before the season starts.
That's right. Absolutely.
Bingo.
And, I mean, we got a busy season. Joey, you're busy as hell right now.
Yeah. It's awesome. I love it so much.
I love it. I mean, you guys are, I mean, pardon the word, but you're balls deep right now in football.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally and most likely figuratively, too. It's crazy.
But, I mean, you got this drive-in event tomorrow. You're doing some podcasts with us. You're still on board with us, but you're not going to be with us during the football season as far as high school sports because obviously you got stuff going on.
Yeah.
Friday nights, you're going to be busy.
Yeah.
You're going to be on the sidelines.
Every Friday night, every Saturday morning, Sundays too, and also Monday through Thursday.
But hey,
as well.
Saturdays, you're still going to be able to help us out, right?
Yes, Saturday mornings. So
you're only busy Saturday mornings.
Helping us out on Saturdays. What in
Saturday
the world will we
afternoons.
be doing on Saturdays, Nate?
Yeah.
Well, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Come on. We still got some other stuff to go over this week. Let's stick to this week.
Yep.
Okay, so this Wednesday, Joey,
Yep.
podcast coming back.
Episode 2 of the Over Under Pod.
The long-awaited episode 2.
Yeah,
So-
we've been itching at it.
I've been itching, honestly. Like, after that first episode, man, I'm like, all right, I want to see more of this, and then we had to shut things down.
I know.
Joey broke the studio.
Yeah, pretty much.
Had
Pretty much.
one podcast and broke her studio.
I tried to get my port around and break the internet, but instead I broke the
That's
studio.
what it was.
So
Broke the wrong thing.
yeah.
Oh, but no, you got that coming up this Wednesday, 8 o'clock, right?
Yep.
8 o'clock.
We'll be
in
live
studio.
too. No
we'll
recorder.
right here.
We'll be live.
Yeah.
Live. Nice.
We're gonna figure out a way to get the
Yep.
backdrop up behind us. I think we're gonna stagger. We're gonna get the backdrop set up behind us, so that way you got a little bit of a something to look at. I like the art. I love the art, but I think for us, we got to have a little bit more of a
Promo.
representation
Yeah.
of our brand.
Shout out to Chelsea,
So-
but
Oh man,
wrong thing. Sorry.
Well, I mean, this is awesome art, though. I mean, it's great to look at, but we got to talk some sports.
Exactly.
Right.
So this Wednesday, what's on the docket, Joey? What are we talking? Because
So we got
I thought about maybe coming on with you. Is that all right? Maybe,
Yeah.
Maybe honestly, like 10 minutes.
yeah.
10 minutes.
So we got UFC 278 this weekend that we're talking about. When we're talking about the FedEx Cup playoffs, PGA, talk a little college football. We're talking Big 12, Pac-12, little fantasy football because it's getting around that draft time, and then we're doing AFC East, NFC East, little breakdowns, futures, stuff like that. So
All right.
we have some good stuff coming.
I
It'll
like
be
it.
quick and easy, but I'm sure we'll go on some rants that'll eat up a lot of time.
I like it. That's nice. All right. So yeah, I want to do some futures bets.
Yep.
That's what I want to get in on. That's about the only kind of betting I really like. Parlays and futures. That's my shit.
Yeah.
Like that's what I like. I'm not really into the single game betting as much or the pick'ems and all that stuff,
Yep.
but like, man, parlays and futures, I can
fun.
get down on that stuff.
They're
That's
fun.
Because it's just like whatever. It could happen.
Right.
It might not. But
Right.
And it gives you something late in the season to root for too. If it's like getting down to it,
Yeah.
it's really something that's like, oh shit, I can win some real money that I thought I lost.
Exactly. Well, and most of the time, these futures bets, these parlays, you're not throwing away a bunch of money.
No.
You're maybe $20-$25 at it,
Yeah.
but then like to
The
see
returns-
that come,
are what you're
see
looking
that come
for,
around, yeah, for sure. So I got my eyes on a couple ones I want to
Yep.
kind of talk about, but we'll keep that in the bag.
Gotcha.
For
Save it for Wednesday.
That's
Yes.
right. That's right. So we talked about the drive-in event. That's tomorrow night.
Yep.
We got Wednesday over under podcast coming back now. Thursday night, we get right into it.
Kickoff.
Kickoff of
Best
the
time of the
high
year.
school
Week
football
one.
season.
Best
Week
time of the year.
one.
Week 1.
And it starts on a Thursday. Isn't that crazy?
I love it.
Awesome.
I love Thursday
I love
kickoffs.
Thursday football.
I love it. I love the Thursday
Honestly,
kickoff.
I'm in favor of more Thursday football, but that's just me.
As a coach, can't say the same.
I would much rather have a Thursday game than a Saturday game.
Yeah.
But as a coach, you're
I'd
probably
s-
saying, no, I'd rather have a Saturday game.
Yeah, I'd rather have a Saturday game than go scout on Friday night. Thursday night games. I mean, Thursday is kind of the
If you
same.
have a Thursday
but
game, you're going to
everybody's
scout on Friday anyway, aren't you?
Yeah, but Thursday, your whole practice week
One
is
less
shortened then.
practice.
So
Yeah.
you're losing a practice. You
True.
either got to have like something on Saturday afternoon, Saturday night,
This is true.
or you can't really do anything on Sunday. That would be mandatory because like I think it's against the OHSA rules to have mandatory things Sunday. So you'd have to find a way to squeeze your Monday practice in there somewhere,
yeah.
and that's just
Yeah. Well, the NFL does it. They have Thursday night games and everybody hates it. So
Yeah.
maybe there's a
But you
reason
do
for
get the
that.
long weekend,
Yeah.
which is
That's
a plus,
what I look forward to.
which is the plus
you know,
side.
yeah. But
But then your Friday night's eaten up anyway because you're gonna go scout. So you might as well just play on Friday night.
this Thursday
The
is the
kickoff is
only
nice, though.
Thursday game of the year.
Yeah, the kickoff's nice. Kickoff is the perfect time for it.
And they do this because both teams have a home game
Mm-hmm.
this year
Yeah.
on Friday. What was supposed to be Friday night, so they decided, hey, let's do Thursday because Calvert opened the season last year on Thursday
Yep.
at Mohawk.
Two very big
Yeah.
games too.
So
yeah.
now they're returning the favor. Mohawk's going to come to Frost County now and play
Mm-hmm.
Tiffin Calvert here in a revenge match for Tiffin Calvert because you got to think they've got to have some revenge on their minds.
Oh, they have to.
And from what I understand, that team has gotten bigger since last year.
Calvert?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From what I've heard.
Stopped out at practice a couple
I've heard
weeks
they're
ago.
getting.
They are monstrous.
They got some size.
Yeah.
They got some size
They
in the
are
trench.
monstrous.
And not only that, but their roster size has increased. I mean,
Yeah, they're
last
up
year,
to
what they have, like 30-some kids? 30,
29.
They were
29?
low.
29
Now
actual
they're
playing.
up over 45 kids,
Yeah,
I
they're
heard.
at 45. Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
healthy roster.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That
So
For a school
and
that size, that's a
huge.
lot.
right?
It's huge for Steve Reeser and his staff to be able to have guys, rotational guys. That's
Yeah.
the key. Like you don't want to wear these kids out. Have
No,
them
you
play
gotta have-
both ways the
gotta
whole
have some
game.
depth.
Right.
You got to be able to have some guys to bring in to just spell some guys,
Yeah.
and that's key. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to. I mean, the first year I started coaching, those kids are now going to be sophomores this year.
Oh,
It's
really?
crazy to me.
Yeah.
It's those sixth graders are now going to be sophomores now.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been. Yeah, it makes me feel old. Thanks.
That's
But yeah,
crazy.
Old,
for real. I know of two kids that are starting for Calvert that were down there. So they were down there the first 2 years I was in the league. They are starters for Calvert this
Who's
year.
that?
Connor and Cam Moyer.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Big
Moyer
boys.
boys.
Big boys.
I mean, those kids, they were born starters.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I think they could have started when they were in youth football. They could have started for Calvert.
I think they wanted them to start youth football.
Yeah, those are some big boys.
I'm just saying they at that time, I know they needed size.
Yeah,
you know,
they had
for the
the
last
frame.
couple of years, they've needed size, and that's going to help big time. And those kids, I mean, there's a lot of size on that team already. I mean, the Recker kid's going to be a sophomore
Lucas,
this year. He was a beast last year as a freshman.
He's
So
monstrous.
They've got some guys on that line. Kurtz, their center.
Yep, Will Kurtz.
He's a beast. So you got some guys on that line. Give Harry Schultz a little bit of time to pass.
I know, right?
And now you got run back in the backfield.
Now he's gonna have some real lanes to run through.
I'm excited. This is gonna be a good season for them. I feel like.
Kurtz was the long snapper last year, wasn't he?
Well, he's a long snapper last year. He'll be the center this year. He's getting some national looks for long snapper.
Yeah,
he's actually a 4-star long snapper. Did you know that?
Yeah,
That's
I remember a family member of mine telling me that he was getting some looks last year as a long snapper.
Yeah,
it's important.
Big
That's
time
important.
looks.
That's more important than people think. That's a very important part of the game is your special teams, and especially your snapper.
His dad does a good job taking him around different camps and stuff, getting him involved in different
Cole's
stuff.
kicking camps.
Yeah,
those are nice camps.
Crazy.
For sure. But no, I'm looking forward to this Thursday. It's going to be a great matchup. Mohawk, obviously, they were young last year.
Yes.
So they're going to be bringing back some talent as well.
Yep.
They've got some younger kids. Greggy, I think Braxton's going to be a freshman this year. Braxton, Hezzy, Elijah, those three were they were down there for our first 2 years with the Eagles. They were on our Eagles team.
Oh, really?
It's
so
crazy
3 kids
to think
from
it's been that
Mohawk will
much
be
time.
freshmen this year that we coached.
Nice.
It's just, I love playing this game. Like, ooh, who did I coach on that team? Ooh,
Right.
Who did I coach on that team? Where's the kids that I coached over there? Now that they're starting to get into high school, it's like, this is,
Yeah, because
I love doing this
like
stuff.
last season, you had a few names here and there that you recognized, but they weren't really starters because they were just getting into the high school football. So
Oh, you'll see some starters this year that we coach.
they're gonna blossom in front of our eyes for sure this season.
Absolutely.
That's cool to see.
Good old MAL matchup there.
The ashes of the MAL, as Tommy likes to say. That is
not
a
to-
old school rivalry.
Yeah.
Right, and not to jump off to another game, but we also got Hopewell at Cary, another MAL game.
That is always a great week 1 matchup.
Not bad.
Last year it was a great game.
Yes.
I mean, the score didn't indicate how good of a game that was because Cary pulled away at the very end of that game, but literally it was,
It was a Hopewell game.
or I'm sorry, Hopewell. Hopewell pulled away.
Yes.
But
At
Cary
first.
really, honestly, played with them that entire game. It was just they didn't know who they were at the beginning of that year.
No, they figured it out.
But it took them one game.
Yeah, well
That's all it took.
That was a great game, man.
it was
a good game.
It was a head bashing game. Those two teams just went out there and bashed heads. For
I mean,
3
they
hours.
haven't played. They didn't play each other for I think it was at least 10 years or something, pushing 10 years since the last time they played.
they
So
beat
you had
the
a
crap
lot
out of
of
each other.
Yeah, it was
a lot of tension there.
It was great watching them figure each other out and figure themselves out.
Yeah.
in that
Right.
winning Game.
So once again, a couple of great week 1 matchups. We got another week 1 matchup on the schedule, and this one I think is probably the matchup of the week.
You goddamn
No
right
offense
it
to
is.
anybody else, but this Columbian Fremont Ross matchup I think has all the
Yeah,
makings.
you want to talk
Big
about
dog fight.
Yep.
classic?
Wanna talk about a
slobber knocker?
chip on your shoulder rematch? Have that one circled. I guarantee they've been
Yeah.
looking at that one.
It's been circled.
Yeah, I can guarantee. I heard Judd talking
Man, that one-
all off season about it. I know this one's circled.
Well, we
This
know
one's
how
definitely circled.
we know how
And it's-
heartbreaking that was last year.
And it's great because, as a coach, they don't like looking past.
No.
We're going to look right here. They've been looking right there all off season. That's the one. That's the game. And they've been focused on it, and they have been allowed to focus on that. It's like that's the game they've been wanting all off season, and it's right there in front
Week
of them.
1.
Week 1,
Start
right on
the
your
season.
plate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joey's like, yeah.
I ain't
All
gonna
of
say
that.
anything,
Everything
but
you
yeah.
just said, yep.
A
Yeah.
lot of chattering.
I'll tell you,
That's
it
gonna
was
be
not
exciting.
But Joey got to witness that last year firsthand, and we weren't there for that
Yeah,
one.
we
but
were not.
Yeah,
we
there
were
for that
getting
one.
updates, and you
it was
imagine how
not
crazy
fun.
that was for us when it's like, oh, they're down, oh, they're up, oh, what's going on, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
No, shut up, no,
It
shut
was
up.
a real fun game till about halfway through the fourth quarter, and then
Good Lord,
flipped
it got
upside
crazy.
down. Yeah, so it'll be I'm looking forward to
Bring
Friday
it all
night.
to T-Town.
That's all I'll say.
Oh yeah,
That's all I'll say. I'm looking forward to Friday night.
Oh,
it
yeah.
should be a fun.
It'll be an
game.
exciting game.
Yes.
Joey over there being Mr. Serious, you can
Yeah.
tell how like locked in there. He's
My-
like, oh yeah,
He's
Friday
locked
night.
in. Locked in.
It's just, I mean,
Ain't no jokes here.
There's
Yeah.
about to be an F5
Joey's
going
like,
through.
put some pads on me. I'm ready. Let's go.
I mean, after the scrimmage Friday night, I got a group chat with our receivers, and it was like it's for real right
It's
now.
go time.
It's go time.
It's go.
Man,
I like it.
I'm
And that
bummed
was
out
when-
that we missed that scrimmage because I heard some good things came out of that scrimmage.
Yeah, it
I heard
wasn't
you guys
bad.
did pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't.
Places to fix, but 31 nothing was after one half.
Jeez. Okay, yeah, I didn't hear that. Man.
Yeah, should have been 35. None of the kickers were there, so we were having like
Ugh.
a kick, like our center kick, Mr. Auble.
Where's
was
all them
kicking.
kickers? What's
what's
going
the
They
on?
had a soccer scrimmage.
Oh, that's what happens when you don't teach kids to kick in youth football. I mean,
Yeah.
He's like, none of the kickers are there, and I'm like, what are they so special now that they don't have to go with the rest of the team? What's going on here?
No, remember they don't need to teach kids special teams. We can learn. We'll pluck some kid off the soccer team. Oh wait, they got a soccer game today. Oops.
Yeah, soccer. That is soccer.
That'll never happen again, right?
No,
Yeah. No more Friday night soccer games, right?
no,
Okay, good.
no Friday night soccer names. They'll be
All right.
kicking, but
I mean, who's your kickers this year? You
Sam Zimmerman
Sam's
and
come
Mike.
back?
I can't think of his last name off the top of my head. I work with Sam, so I call him Zims.
okay?
But I don't know who we've been having like a kicker battle, if you will. Judges hasn't announced who the kicker is.
Nice.
They're both kick. I mean, they go kick for kick. It's kind of crazy to watch, but I don't know how Judd's gonna pick. He can have fun with that. That's why he's the head coach. He makes the big bucks. He makes the tough decisions. I just sit there and watch and make comments, and then not have any responsibility over it. So that's the fun part.
Just nod your head.
Yep.
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 Exactly. But no, that was one of our how much you want to call it? Flaws, mishaps, or whatever you want to call it last year, is that we lacked in the kicking game. So it's been a big point of emphasis over camp. So
That's good.
That's a good
Yeah,
thing.
you need to.
I
man.
know that
Like,
at one
good
point
problem.
last year, you guys didn't really have a kicker. I mean,
No.
Sam kind of settled that spot down
it was
towards the end of the year.
It was their first. It was both their first years kicking a football.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So
I was gonna say, as a Browns fan, we know how important it is to have a kicker to
Yeah.
put up those extra points. How many times we've lost because of some crap like that?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
amen to that. But yeah, we got it figured out, and I'll say all 70-some guys in our team are looking forward to Friday night. We'll just go off of that.
There's a storm brewing.
Yeah,
There's a storm brewing.
And I can-
Speaking of a storm brewing, we got one brewing for Saturday.
yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah.
Joey, you're gonna. Be
I'm
there
excited for
one.
that. I was so excited.
We have the Route 30 Rumble. Now, I don't know a whole lot about this, so Tommy put this together. This is Tommy's brainchild. This is his baby. But since you and him kind of hooked up on this, it seems like you guys got some good things going. I'm excited to see the chemistry between you guys on the call on Saturday.
Dude, I'm
because
so excited to get my Joe Rogan on.
yeah, I want to see.
He's
We
Joey
need an
Rogan.
announcer camera, so I'll be the get back guy. Like, oh wait, get back.
Yeah, I'm going to be going crazy.
Yeah.
It'll be a whole lot better if we win Friday night, too. If we win Friday night, it's going to be on level 1,000. If we win, it's going to be level 100. But no, that'll be a good time. I'm super excited. There's, how many fights did he say? There's a bunch of fights on it. I think the double-digit fights.
Wow.
I think,
I was thinking
There's
it
a-
was over 10.
yeah, because they just added one more today. They had it a heavyweight championship fight as the main event. And that looked awesome. But
Things are going
there's
down on
there's a
30.
bunch of fights. It's at the Harley Davidson place in Upper, correct?
Route
Route
30
30
is the
Route
name of the
30?
dealership. Yep.
Yeah, it's out there. That is gonna be a blast. I'm so freaking excited for it.
Route 30, the Route 30 Rumble. That is this Saturday.
Yep.
Now, what time's that kick off, Greggy?
I believe everything starts at, I want to say 7.
I think doors open at 7. First fight's at 7:30. I think Tommy said.
Because they have a whole list of stuff going on that day. So they got stuff
There's
starting in the morning and the
yeah.
afternoon before the actual
It's like
Rumble.
a whole like jamboree or type
Full
of thing
day
going
of
on
Route
there.
30.
Yeah.
There's
right.
a full thing going on there.
There's a Rumble.
There's a rumble.
Rumble.
I mean, I'm excited, guys. I mean, this is something brand new for us, but I know me and Tommy, I don't know about you guys, but me and Tommy have watched plenty of wrestling to give us some homework on these types of things, like what they should be shot like and look like. So.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and, I mean, Tommy and I did a wrestling match together, a wrestling event together.
Yeah.
We went over to the Strand in Fremont.
Oh, really?
We
Back in the day?
And streamed it was awesome. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Getting to go in the locker room with the guys beforehand, getting to know the wrestlers
my
a little
gosh.
bit, talking to them like, hey, what angle you want me to work? How you want me to work your angles for
Right.
you? What's the storyline? What am I going for here?
That's awesome.
That kind of stuff was really cool. And then, obviously getting to hang out afterwards, and that was really cool. It was a fun experience. But this is going to be something different. Because the MMA, I mean, this isn't so much theatrics. This isn't so much show. This is
real deal.
I'm
Locked in a cage.
Yeah.
beat your ass. So, I don't know. It's just, yeah. Hey, I don't know how that happened. That's
Making sure it
crazy.
works.
Just making sure it works. So, we got that going on this week. Full schedule.
Yep.
We're back at it, guys. We're excited to get back in the saddle. And we will be back at it every week.
We are not stopping.
That's right.
No.
Just getting bigger and better.
There's no stoppages.
Your only choice is to watch this.
We're still in the process of construction on the old studio, and it will be finished
Worth it.
hopefully soon.
Yep.
I don't know when. I don't have a time frame. I don't have a timetable, but we will have it done when it's done. That's how I'm kind of looking at this thing, because I don't want to rush it. I want to make sure it's done right. That's the key.
Hey, and we can only control what we can, man.
That's really what's important. It's like what has been stalling us the most is out of my hands.
Right.
I'm doing everything that I can to take care of the things that we can in the meantime.
Yep.
So we're fixing everything else, but we're waiting on this one major thing to get fixed. And for whatever reason, construction companies are kind of being lazy right now. So I don't know.
In the end, though, you'll see that it was worth it.
I think that's the way I'm trying to look at this right now,
Yes.
Connor. I think that's the best possible mind frame I could have right now. It's just, hey, look at the reward at the end of the tunnel.
It's going to be awesome.
See that reward. See how great it's going to be. Because honestly, that's what excites me the most about this.
I agree.
I cannot wait to get there, but I'm going to have to wait. A little bit of patience.
That's
We got to do what we got to do, man.
Right.
Football doesn't wait for us.
That's right.
Yep.
So, with that being said, that's our schedule this week. We'll have another podcast next Monday, another Pulse podcast. I want to bring back my morning show.
There we go.
I thought about doing that. I don't know if that's anytime soon, but I definitely want to bring it back during football season. I thought about, when there's college, pro, and high school football all going on at the same time.
It's all going on.
There's so much content to talk about. So obviously that'll give us a Monday through Friday show, in the morning sometime, maybe 8:30, 9 o'clock, something like that in the morning. Get in here, maybe do some interviews with people, but keep it loose, keep it, fun. And then still doing more of the restaurant tour, the food tour.
Yeah.
We do have an episode that still has yet to be posted. Our tour to X-Carre Mexican restaurant was phenomenal. We still have all the footage that we had to go through, and it's just been a mess. This last week, just trying to get ready for football season has been. But we're finally starting to settle down. Good. And I feel like finally get to the point where maybe we can, start getting back into the swing of things.
Yes.
And then football season's about to go like that.
That's how it goes.
It always does, yeah.
Honestly, that's how it's 10 weeks. So it's really like it always goes like that.
I didn't even realize it was August till the other day.
Yeah.
I thought it was still July.
Crazy.
It's halfway through August, man.
I know.
We're halfway through August.
Yep. Happened when
School starts on
I wrote it. Yeah.
Thursday.
I didn't realize that either. But yeah, it's been hectic.
Oh, yeah, you're back at the teacher, huh?
No, not going back there.
No?
Plans will be announced. I have plans.
Nice.
It will be announced.
All right.
All right.
Because I want the future employer to sponsor us. Yeah.
Oh,
Big
very
time,
nice.
big time
like
Joey
that.
over here waiting for a big
So,
time
hey,
announcement.
we need a morning show sponsor. You're going to be on the morning show. Keep them
We'll try
mornings
to.
open.
Yeah.
Keep them mornings open,
See what we can do.
There we go. I like it. I like it. All right, so we talked about our schedule coming up. We talked about what's going on with us. Let's talk about what's going on around the world. I mean, we got a little bit of time here. We're about 20 minutes in. It's 9:35-ish. So we got let's go about another 20 minutes here.
That's cool.
I think. I'm not trying to go too long here, but it's been a while.
Just get some
It's
content.
been
Nice.
a while, right, Connor?
Yes, that's right.
Greasing it
Get
up.
back into it. So
Warm welcome.
a lot has happened since the last time we have done a podcast.
Yeah.
Last time we did a podcast, there wasn't shit to talk about.
There was not. We were scrapping so hard to find stuff.
We were finding weird news stories and talking about Amish buggies running into cop cars. And, I mean, that was
fish eating dildos. Drug dealer monkeys.
Yeah. Drug dealer monkeys. I remember there was a lot of great stories. But since we have been gone, there's been some settlement with the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
Settling of the waters, as to speak.
Has there been though, really?
Well, yeah, there's been 23 out of 24 settlements.
I'm not. Shut up, Nate. First of all, what I'm asking you is, how many games is Watson suspended for?
What I want to know is, right now, you tell me.
Settle those waters, damn it.
That is still, what is going on with that? Why is this taking so damn long for the NFL to figure out, oh, wait, hey.
So I heard a couple good theories. I heard one, they're going to wait to suspend him until next year when he's getting the big bucks so the NFL gets that money. Because he's only getting
like $350K over those 6 games is all he misses out on. The Browns were smart. Deshaun was smart. But here's the thing. Tom Brady did the same thing during Deflategate. When he got suspended, they signed his extension the year before, and they just so happened to create a clause in his contract that 95% of his salary was a signing bonus the next year. Why? Oh, because they wanted to defer that salary to the next year because they didn't want him to get fined. And if he did get fined, guess what? It's only going to be swept under the rug for a couple $100,000.
Yeah.
Well, nobody made a stink about Tom Brady because he was just talking about some saggy balls.
Right.
We're talking about Deshaun Watson, and maybe his balls ain't so saggy. So
talking about some overinflated balls.
Jesus.
We went there.
Man. Oh, my God.
So I'm just trying to make some sense out of this because, everybody's making a stink out of this Deshaun Watson not being fined a bunch and, the 6-game suspension not being enough, whatever. But I think the proof is in the pudding. Judge Sue Robinson. Wow. Judge Sue Robinson.
You wumbo, I wumbo.
Sue L. Robinson, and then I was just went straight to Robinson.
Dude, I tried to hold the laugh, and then you acknowledged it.
It's done. So she made a statement basically saying, look, here's a mirror, NFL. This is what you look like.
Yeah.
You may want to claim that this is what you look like, but this is what you really look like.
She looked at it from a judge's standpoint.
Exactly. And the NFL did not like that.
Not one bit.
And the media hated that.
Oh, wait, you looked at it with some,
she did the job we wanted
thought process? Oh, wait.
Oh, my God.
We did not want that.
Destroyed everything about that case. And here's the thing. Wasn't it a woman who oversaw the case? So you're basically saying that a woman isn't good enough to decide this case, so we're going to let a man decide it.
Stop.
That's messed up.
You're making too much sense, Nate.
I'm just saying. The whole thing makes no sense, and I'm just trying to make sense of it. That's all.
You're making too much of it. That's why it doesn't make sense.
It won't make sense, and no matter what happens at the end of the day, somebody's going to be pissed. Somebody's going to be griping, and he should never play again another single down in his entire career, blah, blah, blah. And then you got other people like me and Tommy said 0 games.
He sat out all last year.
You got everybody on every side of the spectrum.
Here's how I saw it, okay? Fine him his salary from last year and then consider it a full year suspension. They want their pound of flesh, so fine him that, whatever, $10 million he made last year.
Yeah.
Fine him that whole entire amount. Whatever he made last year, you got to pay it back because you sat out the whole year. If the Texans would have played him last year, do you think the NFL would have allowed that to happen? They'd have stepped in quicker and shit with an injunction. Nope, you're not. Nope, we're not letting that happen.
He would have been on the commissioner's list.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying he was already suspended a full year.
Yeah.
Now they're coming after a pound of flesh with this. Oh, we got to have another full year and indefinite and $100 million fine. And when is enough enough? It's never going to be enough.
No.
So let's just put it behind him. Honestly, I hope that what I heard is true and that the NFL is negotiating with Deshaun Watson's camp on a settlement and that they are trying to come to an agreement on a number for the fine and that the games will most likely stay the same. That the NFL is more concerned about the money aspect of it because
shocker.
Owners,
go figure.
That's crazy.
The owners are upset about the Browns
contract
being so creative with the contract.
Yeah, dude, they threw a fit.
That's what it comes
You
down
mean
to.
just throw them an entire bag of money, all guaranteed?
Well, and it's why. Think about why that happened, okay? Baker Mayfield, which will be our next topic. Baker Mayfield, after the Browns went off after Deshaun Watson, Baker Mayfield decided, no, you know what? I don't want to play for these guys anymore. I'm done. Mm-hmm. And then the Browns were like, well, we still have Baker. We're gonna he's still our quarterback. You know, we're gonna go back to Baker and everything's gonna be fine. And Baker says, the fuck you are? You ain't coming back to me. I'm done.
Right.
I'm done. We're done here. We ain't talking no more. Mm-hmm. So then the Browns had no choice. So they go back to Deshaun's camp and they say, all right, I'm going to back up the Brinks truck and we're going to give you all this money.
Boy, did they back it up.
And they knew they had to, though, Joey.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You can't tell me the Falcons weren't going to give him $200 million.
No.
You can't tell me the Panthers weren't going to give him $200 million.
No.
You can't tell me the Saints weren't going to give him $200
million. The Panthers are the only ones that could have. David Tepper, their owner, can back up a bag for him.
I'm just saying. All those franchises
but I don't think they were ready to do what the Browns did is the thing.
They were all going to pay him. They just weren't going to pay him that much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They went above and beyond what
and he's also in
else
the best situation in Cleveland.
because they knew they had to get him to come to Cleveland because they weren't going to turn around to Case Keenum. I mean, at the time, he didn't even have Jacoby Brissett. You had Case Keenum. I mean, that was your second option.
It's rough treading.
Exactly. So they couldn't just turn around and go back to that. There was no other options out there.
For the record, I am a Case fan.
Case is a good dude.
Big Case guy. I mean, he went to the NFC Championship game.
He's a good dude.
Went to the NFC Championship game.
He's a game manager, and in Kevin Stefanski's offense, he'll win you some games.
Yeah.
He can win you 11 games and get you to an NFC Championship game.
There, okay. You said it. Thank you. When was the last time the Browns were in an NFC Championship game?
They could never be in the NFC Championship
game, but AFC Championship.
That's why I was
Gotcha,
Joey. Okay, when were they in the AFC Championship? When were they in any championship game?
Yeah, true. I mean, it's been 30 years.
Yeah.
89. 89 was the last time they were in an AFC Championship game. Crazy.
But now we took a major upgrade, and we have Deshaun Watson now. When he'll play.
Did you see his first drive in the preseason game? Totally overrated, overpaid. Blah, blah,
what has he ever done? What has Deshaun Watson ever done to deserve that money?
Bro, I seen that start all over the internet the other day, and I'm like,
no.
God,
the worst post was the one I sent in the group chat. Somebody on Tommy's post about Deshaun Watson. Somebody said, what has he done on the field to become a franchise quarterback? Gee, bro, I don't know. Maybe take the fucking Texans to the playoffs. I mean,
lead the NFL in passing
3 straight years in a row.
Yeah, but
go to the Pro Bowl 3 times.
What else has he done, bro?
Yeah. Gee, I don't know. What do you want him to do? Cure cancer? What? That's practically taking the Texans to the playoffs.
He took the Texans to the playoffs with
and
Bill
won.
O'Brien as his head coach.
And they won.
Yes.
Like they
Bill O'Brien was their head coach. Where is he at? Is he even in the league anymore?
He's at Bama. He's the OC at Bama.
Oh, well, anyway. That's the next Saban reclamation project. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's the OC at Bama. But
that's done such good things for Lane Kiffin, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Laney. Boy, he's loving Old Miss.
Lane Kiffin is one of my all-time favorite coaches. I love
Lane Kiffin.
I love Lane Kiffin so much.
Oh yeah, dude. How many NFC Championship games has he been to, Joey?
Shut up,
Lane Kiffin is the John Daly of coaches. Dude, I swear. He hit a home run one day, and ever since then he's been cashing in on it.
The video of Lane Kiffin, it was 2 or 3 years ago. He called a play, and before the ball's even thrown. He knows.
Clipboard in the air, running down the sideline,
50 feet in the air, and he's hauling ass on the sideline. For that specific reason, Lane Kiffin will always be one of my favorite coaches.
So good. Now, when you throw clipboards in youth football, you get suspended. I mean, never mind. Anyways, so that was the Deshaun Watson situation. You know, that's. When are we going to see him? You think this year?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm saying 8 to 10 games.
Okay. Connor, what do you think?
For an outsider?
Yeah.
Not a Cleveland dude.
Yep.
Boo.
Go Broncos. We're going with Russell here.
Boo this man.
Broncos country, let's ride.
Broncos
Oh, yeah. You have a quarterback that wears his own jersey. How does that make you feel?
Because he's badass.
That's
Joey's
not
like,
how
I don't think that's what that means.
Yeah. That's not how I describe Russell Wilson.
Joey's face says it. It's because he's badass. No.
After going to see the stadium and
after 3 years of Drew Lock, I'm sure they're probably all stoked.
Yeah.
And it'll be them and the Seahawks in week 1. But I see at least half the year.
It's hard
at least half.
It's hard to like the Broncos when you're a Browns fan.
So like 8, 10 games, you think it's somewhere around there? All right.
I would say between 8 to 12.
Greggy, what are you thinking? Not what you want, what you think.
Not what I want, what I think. I'll say 8. I'm going between 6 and 10. So I'll just meet right there at 8. I mean, it's just, bro, if they would have had the evidence or whatever they need to like pursue this any further, he'd already be suspended. Like, This is just a joke right now. Like, they're just trying to, like you guys said, to drag it out for the money. And then, like, there's the question that you have to ask yourself is, like, doesn't it bother you that the NFL cares more about the money than what happened, even though they're trying to cover it with that? You know, like, he was a bad, bad man who did really, really bad things. Okay, so how about you guys don't worry about the fine then? Oh, well, no, we're worried about that more than the games. Like, come on,
you can't just get money.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, he did all that bad things. You can't just give him all that money.
Yeah, like we need some of that money back. That's all it's about, and that's just it's sickening. Equally as sickening as like the whole situation. So, but nobody cares about that, right?
So you thinking like what 6, 10 games, something like that?
Yeah, I'm gonna say 8 games.
8 games.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna say 8 games, but I'm gonna say 2023. I'm gonna say he plays.
You're saying it gets pushed out.
I'm gonna say he plays the whole season this year on an injunction, just like Tom Brady did. I'm gonna say the NFL comes out and says indefinite suspension. The NFLPA and Deshaun Watson sue the NFL. They get an injunction against the NFL because if the NFL goes full year, they can't sue. But if the NFL goes indefinite, they can sue because they have a case. Because in Judge Sue L. Robinson's ruling, she even plainly says they cannot basically go against what they've been doing without making an announcement to the rest of the league that that's what they're doing. Okay, we're going to be harsher on this from now on. They have to do that as part of the collective bargaining agreement. So if the NFL decides, nope, it's got to be indefinite until we decide, then if that's the case, I'd say he plays this year. I really do. And I think that's the pound of flesh they're after. They want the indefinite suspension because they want him to go to counseling. They want him to they want him to jump through all the hoops. They want him to go through some kind of a reformation program. They want him to all this garbage. They want to basically make him the poster child for prostitution.
Yeah.
And it's like,
really?
What about
why him? Why now? Like, of all of the people that have done bad things in the NFL, where's the poster child before this?
Who was the recent NFL guy that got caught running around a hotel with a naked chick? When he was naked and he was chasing after a naked chick trying to get out of his hotel.
That just happened recently.
It was not that long ago. It was like a famous NFL. It was not like somebody you would think would do something like that.
Oh,
but it was like,
think of it.
It blew my mind, and I'm sitting here thinking, well, what do you think he was doing? Come on now.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
in a hotel, naked, chasing a chick around. Are you gonna come after him?
Right.
Nope.
Last year, right before training camp, Seahawks offensive lineman beat his girl till he literally thought she was dead, and when she came conscious, he's like, "Oh, I didn't think you were gonna come back." No suspension.
Nothing.
Or no, he got 6 games. Sorry, 6 games for trying to kill someone.
Well, at first they weren't going to, and then the public outcry made them come down on it. It's just the NFL.
Twisted world.
Yeah,
it's a twisted world.
No consistency.
Did you read that?
No, I was looking it up, and I came across an article about Frank Gore.
That's who it was.
Is that what it is?
Frank Gore.
Okay,
yeah. Frank Gore chasing around a woman.
That just makes me sad, man.
Yeah.
Like it said he was dragging around a naked woman in a hotel or something
by
like
her
that.
hair or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
NFL's 3rd leading rusher.
Yep. Poster boy.
It is what it is.
I'm just
he's
saying.
He's an ex-NFL star now, so.
Don't look to these people for being your fucking hero. Don't do that. They play football. These are dudes that play a game for a living. Don't try to make them a hero. Do not tell your kids to idolize someone who plays a damn sport.
No.
If you are after somebody because, well, think of the children. Well, don't have your children looking up to a damn sports athlete.
Right.
Like, seriously, pick a better hero. I'm sorry, but, I mean.
Be creative.
I'm with you.
I don't know. I guess there's a lot of different ways you can look at it, but it is what it is. We'll move on. Baker Mayfield. Let's talk about Baker. He got traded.
He's
Finally
a Panther.
found a new home.
In Charlotte. He's a Panther.
Everybody was like, "Oh, look, Baker looked good in blue." I'm like, I don't know. He looked weird. But
I mean, it's probably weird for us. For everybody else, it probably looks cool.
That's
Everybody
funny.
looks cool in that light blue. It's not hard.
That's so funny because I thought he looked weird too. I seen him
I
like
thought he
walking
looked
out of the tunnel and I'm like, something don't look
That's what I'm
great.
saying.
It's
Browns
the
fan.
gray. I think it's the gray pants because the blue looked
You don't
okay,
like
and
the
then
gray pants?
I don't like the gray pants at all.
Really?
I think the blue goes with the gray very well.
I'm more of a fan
I
of
want the blue
their
and the black.
light blue black pants. I don't think the
Yeah.
gray looks bad though.
It's
The
an
black
accent
pants-
color.
black
It's not
pants
a
are-
primary color.
black
It should
pants
not
are
be a
sweet.
primary color. It's an accent color, like stripes or something. Okay, like a little bit of the in the background of the panther. That's fine, but not.
I have no clue
that
what
should
that means.
not be a primary.
I didn't think it looked bad. Black pants are my favorite. When they go light blues and blacks, my favorite.
Did you see their new matte black helmet?
Helmets?
they
Oh,
got?
yeah.
Did you see
Ooh.
the
Those
Cardinals
things are
black
sharp.
helmets today?
Mm.
I thought those looked weird.
Honestly, out of all the helmets though, Bengals.
Oh,
The-
yeah.
the flyest.
The white.
Though the white,
Those
Yep,
whites.
The white.
Bruh. And I thought they did it. Honestly, here's my theory. I thought they did it and they were going to only use them for the Browns games because Joe Burrow has struggled against the Browns
Yeah.
in his career. Well, maybe that's because they're all wearing orange helmets flying around.
dude.
So maybe they brought out these white helmets so they could play the Browns and they didn't have orange helmets. No, they're not even playing the Browns in them.
No, Jamar Chase is gonna look so sweet in those.
Oh, dude.
I'm so jealous he's on the Bengals.
Those white, I mean, that's just
That's
the
gotta be-
all whites
I'm
are like,
Burrow.
If
fire.
if we can be real for a second,
Yeah.
it's gotta be so fun to be a Bengals fan right now.
For real.
I saw
So much
For
fun.
real.
I saw-
They get to talk about football.
They have
They get to talk about football and what
They
their
have
team's going
a
to look like
premier
on the field.
quarterback.
We haven't even talked about that.
No.
We haven't even talked about how our team is going to look on the field.
no.
Not once.
They have a premier quarterback in the NFL, a top 10 running back probably,
Top five.
probably the best receiving core in the NFL.
Oh, for sure. Best wide receiver trio in the NFL.
1 through 3.
There's nobody.
And their one
And
might
you
be a
can't
top
double any of them.
No, and their one might be a top 3, top 4 maybe.
I'd say top five for sure.
Like you can make the argument as a rookie. And then their defense, decent. Like it's where they need to be to win a championship. Only thing that was lacking was their offensive line. They went out and signed 3 starters for their offensive line.
Big studs.
Like, bro, why are the Bengals doing this? They're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to be the shitbirds. They're supposed to be the redheaded stepchilds. Now you're going to play football?
I saw some kind of
And I don't get this because Mike Brown is a shit owner. He's horrible.
Horrible. But he just
Horrible.
decides all of a
Just
sudden.
wins the lottery. Hey, guess what? You just get the best team in football. and
Well,
almost made
it's like,
Super Bowl.
oh, wait, I just have all the best young players on my team.
You guys talked about how it must be good to be a Bengals fan right now. I saw this article. I was trying to find the specific numbers, but I'm pretty sure it said that their average game attendance was like 45,000 for the last few years, and they had 60,000 at their first preseason game.
wow.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it was just this.
They're
The
crawling
whole
out of the
article was about
woodworks.
the boom.
I don't
in
blame them,
attendance there.
bro.
They're coming out of the jungle.
If I've been a longtime Bengals fan, I would literally, that's the only thing I would talk about. I don't care what anyone else says, like, oh, Joe Burrow,
Right.
Jamar Chase.
Joey B.
Yeah.
Joey B.
I would be the biggest Joe Burrow dick rider of all time. And
Dude, if he was on my team,
it would
I
be
swear he would be
so
like,
much
I'd
fun.
be hyping him up so much all the time.
He's because there's nothing to hate about him.
Nothing.
No.
And I as a
Absolutely
Browns fan,
nothing.
I want to find something. Nothing.
There's one thing to hate about
You know, there's one thing I will
that
say.
he doesn't play for the Browns.
There was one thing that I don't hate about him, but I hate about a lot of people that like him is that they only like him because he played for Ohio State. And I will say he never played for Ohio State. He sat on the bench behind a couple of quarterbacks at Ohio State, but you can't claim him as a Buckeye quarterback.
He graduated from Ohio State.
Okay, all right, Mr. Technical. How many snaps did he play
Athletic-wise.
in a regular season game for the Ohio State Buckeyes?
Shit, probably none.
I think maybe 10.
Yeah.
Backup duty.
So
I might be wrong. Maybe
are you
more
putting
than
Joe Burrow and Quinn Ewers in the same category?
that. Yes.
Uh-huh. I would.
What's that mean?
Because if
What's that
Quinn
mean for
Ewers
Quinn
goes on
Ewers?
and wins the Heisman and wins the national championship, am I going to be like, he played for the Buckeyes? No, I'm going to be
He
like,
wasn't out
that
there.
dude left.
And he's got an ugly mullet.
He went.
He looks like
he
Patty
went.
Pimblett.
He can.
Don't
he
he
can
look like Patty almost?
Texas homeless version of Patty Pimblett.
He went, he got his money, then went back home.
Dude,
I can't
he
blame
like
him.
$2 million sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was a
Wasn't
college
even on
kid,
the
I'd do the
field.
same thing.
5-star perfect.
I was looking up
rating
his stats
recruit.
from Ohio State here. It
Joe
says
Burrow?
that Joe Burrow threw 39 attempts and completed 29 of them.
Oh.
So he was good at Ohio State too.
So they
Nobody
just gave up on him.
Yeah, nobody just. Well, okay. So I was watching a podcast he was on.
Dwayne Haskins beat him out.
Yeah.
Dwayne Haskins beat him out.
Said he
JT
played
Barrett and then Dwayne Haskins.
Well,
Played
JT
5
Barrett
games.
was
I
the
think that's a
starter.
big urban thing,
JT
too.
Barrett was a 2-year starter,
Well, yeah,
2-year captain at that.
3-year starter.
Yeah. So he wasn't beating, but
Dwayne Haskins.
Dwayne Haskins
He was
also
the
threw
best in
50
that spring
touchdowns
game, though.
when that year he was a starter.
Yeah.
He set the Big Ten record for passing. He was a fucking dog in that year. And
No
Joe
doubt
Burrow
he was a good player.
Joe Burrow only lost that competition by like 6 to 10 throws, they said. Yeah.
6 to 10 throws. They
The
got those
entire-
throws on film.
the
They're
entire
this is the
offseason.
one, This is the second one.
Yeah.
Here's the third one.
So,
There's 4, 5, and 6.
and then
Oh wait, there was 7 because it was 6 to 10. So.
yeah, but Joe Burrow, man, I would love to be a Bengals fan, but just black and orange is so much uglier than brown and orange.
I don't know, man. I've never been able to root for the Bengals.
I can't stand them.
I always think of them as just like they're the redheaded stepchild of the Browns because without the Browns, the Bengals don't exist.
No.
Because the Browns fired their head coach who had led them. The team was named after him. If you want to be honest, I still think that's why they're cursed. Because you're walking around with a name of a guy that you fired.
Change
And
them
then
to the Guardians?
Went and created another football team in his likeness. The Cincinnati Bengals are Paul Brown's football team. That's
the
stadium's
stadium.
called Paul Brown Stadium.
Well, not
His
anymore,
son
right?
still
Not
owns-
anymore.
Changing it.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But his son still owns the Bengals.
Yeah.
You know, like there's a history, a family history with that team, and it's tied to Paul Brown, and Paul Brown's name is still attached to the Browns. So to me, it's like I don't know. I've always considered the Bengals like that redheaded stepchild of the Browns. Like you wouldn't have that team if it wasn't for the Browns. I mean,
That's true.
the Steelers wouldn't be as good as they were if it weren't for the Browns. Like Chuck Noll was a Browns defensive coach. Bill Cowher was a Browns defensive coach, played for the Browns.
So the Patriots shouldn't be the Patriots. Bill Belichick was a Browns coach. Alabama shouldn't be Alabama. Nick Saban, Browns coach.
Man,
All
don't
I'm saying is
get me started on the
these
Cleveland
teams like the Steelers before Chuck Noll was nothing. The
Yeah.
Steelers were an expansion franchise before Chuck Noll came around.
Yeah.
They were nothing. They were awful. They were a laughing stock.
I wish they were. Right
They were the
now.
Browns between 99 and 2015, like or 17. That's what the Steelers were
Yeah.
before Chuck Noll. Go look it up. I'm serious. They had
Oh,
a
I'm sure.
horrible record. They were not good. They barely ever made the playoffs. Chuck Noll comes around, 4 Super Bowls. Bill Cowher comes around, Super Bowl. I mean, I'm not saying that they have to credit the Browns for their success, but I'm
a
saying
little
that
sliver.
I'm
It's just
saying
how
that
many-
without the Browns, they wouldn't be as successful as they are.
Or like the
How-
crust of the pie.
How many successful teams owe at least something to the Browns in some way? Like for real. You ever watch
Paul
the
Brown,
Cleveland
master of
95?
innovation. Yes.
Joey, did you ever watch Cleveland 95?
No.
It was like a special they did.
Go
Oh
home.
my god. It'll
That's,
make
that's
you
your
cry.
homework.
It'll make you
Viewing homework
cry.
for tonight.
Bro,
That Greg, seriously, what he just said, it'll make you cry. Listen to Paul Brown talk about the way that he felt when he got fired from that team.
And they go through and basically draw the lines to every coach and stuff that came from the Browns and everything that happened after the 90s and stuff like that.
I'm telling you, it'll make you cry.
that's crazy.
You think about all the coaches that were on that staff with Belichick and everything that they started to create. And just
That's nuts.
it is. That's a great documentary, though. Seriously,
Yeah.
If you guys want to watch something, if you're a Cleveland fan,
God, it's so
Cleveland Browns fan, that's one that'll give you goosebumps. Seriously, it's a
Interesting.
great watch. Find it on YouTube. What's it called again?
It's just called Cleveland 95.
I wanted to say Browns 95. It's not. It's Cleveland 95. That's all it's called.
Interesting. Okay.
Look it up. Great watch. It's 10 o'clock, guys. You want to shut it down? You want to go a couple more minutes? We're
What else we
pretty
got
much
lined up? You got anything else?
The only thing else I had on here, we didn't really talk about Baker, but I really don't want to. I had the Guardians on here.
They're
First
hot.
place.
They won today.
Yeah.
Beat the Tigers.
Yeah. Well,
Well, that
I
was
hope
game
they beat
1.
the Tigers.
What?
Oh, I didn't. There's a doubleheader today.
Yeah.
I strictly go my Guardians news off of ESPN notifications since they're on Bally Sports.
Last I saw was in the third.
Impossible to get Bally Sports here. You have to actually jump through hoops.
7-5 Tigers in the second one.
Well, shit.
Final.
Yep.
Sorry.
Oh, well. Hey, they're still
in
in
first. Still in first. That's all that matters.
And you got the youngest team in baseball. That's what, I mean, to me.
That is crazy.
It's crazy to think that that is the youngest roster in baseball. Your average age on that roster is 26 years old.
26.
That's scary to think about.
26 years old. And that's pitchers and hitters. Your average age of pitchers right now is 26 and a half. Your average age of your hitters is 25.
It's ridiculous.
And the way they're playing is ridiculous.
Are they ever going to spend some money to keep them around?
No.
Yeah.
Until the Dolans sell the team. And even if the Dolans sell the team, if they sell it to another business guy who's broke, they're not going to. That's the problem. The Dolans treat this team like it's a business. They're not treating it like it's a sports franchise.
Right.
You need a rich guy to buy a sports franchise that wants to win.
Dump all of his
Just
millions.
throw a bunch of money at it.
Yep.
Don't give a what market you're in. Just throw a bunch of money at it and try to win.
Yep.
If you own a sports franchise, that should be the whole goal of owning the sports franchise is to win the championship in whatever sport you own. But you got guys like Larry Dolan who treat the team like it's a business, and they treat that franchise like it's just a money printing machine. Mm-hmm. I mean, you think about it. They bought that team in, 99, 2001, somewhere in there?
Somewhere in there, early 2000s.
$300 million, okay?
Jesus.
They just sold 30% of the team to this new investor for $500 million.
Jesus Christ.
30% of the team's worth $500 million.
They got their money back.
They got their money back and then some.
Plus.
And you know the move they made over the trading deadline? Oh, they went out and acquired a backup catcher. There you go. Or no, they traded a backup catcher for a relief pitcher. So, and it's a relief pitcher you're not gonna see this year. So,
nope. Probably gonna trade him anyway in the future.
To me, it's like you watch this and it's so frustrating because you see guys like Zach Plesac, who is bottom of the ML in earned run average, or earned run average, he's leading, one of the leaders in the MLB, but also one of the bottom of the MLB in run support.
Oh, yeah.
They never score any runs for him.
No.
And it's the same way anytime Bieber takes the mound. You're lucky to get 3-4 runs from him or for him. That's a good game. But then you get guys like Cal Quantrill who go out and score 20 runs for him, 10 runs for him every time he pitches. It's like, but no, it's frustrating to watch, but I'm honestly excited for the future with this team because if you can get this ownership to spend some money this offseason, I think a lot of it is they see the division as being wide open for the next few years.
And they really don't have to spend money to win.
They don't think they do. They think they have the youth and the talent. They have the number 5 farm system in the MLB right now, 4 or 5. They don't have to spend a ton of money to be competitive.
Which in their case, I guess it makes sense. But for our case, go win a fucking championship.
Will you please? Let's go all in.
You were so close in 16.
1 year.
You were so close.
Well, and then they go out and spend money in 17 and they just, because that's when they got Encarnacion and some of the other guys,
How do you think I feel? With the Reds.
Well, the Reds, I feel like they just kind of
you like the worst teams.
Like
the Reds. We'll go out and get
it's like he looked at him like he was mad at him. Like,
why do you like that?
You like the worst.
I was just looking at my phone and kind of zoned out,
that?
and I just heard you say, "You like the worst team."
Why do you like
and
the
I was like,
Reds?
"Oh, he's talking to Connor."
All these teams I like, I grew up to them.
I mean, you don't live in Cincinnati. You don't live in Denver.
Yeah,
They're
Connor.
my teams.
Let's ride.
He's the anti-Cleveland guy. There's a lot of those kind of people around here.
I am an anti-Cleveland guy. I mean, the only Cleveland I'll root for is the Cavs.
There we go.
But
all right,
that's it.
We're good. We got the Cavs.
I'm gonna come over this table.
The Reds one's not as bad. The Denver one is still just.
No, I just cleaned it, Greg.
questionable.
God damn it! I'm gonna fuck you up.
Are you a John Elway fan?
That's about where we need to wrap this one up here. All right. Anything else you guys want to say? I mean,
Are you a John Elway fan, Connor?
Yeah.
You are? He's got a strong jawline. I can
He's got
respect
a horse
that.
face.
I can respect it.
He's got a horse face.
That's a motherfucker that wants to win.
Yeah. Oh, damn right.
We see the
Anything it takes.
The team
That's
just
rad.
sold to
The Walmart heir.
Walmart.
He's about to be the richest owner in sports.
Yep. Bill Walton.
He's he's a Walmart heir.
Yeah,
like $60.5 billion he's
Wait,
worth.
and he bought what?
the Broncos.
Jesus.
Pocket
for
change.
like-
$5.5 billion.
Yeah, it's the highest paid amount for any franchise in history, like
Ever.
any sports franchise in history.
Yep.
$5.5 billion.
He's the Walmart heir. Yeah.
One of the
Who knows what'll
Waltons.
happen.
Okay, I mean, I guess they're worth that much.
Talking about back.
So does that mean eventually you're going to have a separate team from the Broncos that are going to be like the Great Value Broncos?
Are we gonna have the Kroger Cardinals?
I don't know. Seeing that owner come into the team.
He's about to dump a bunch of money into them. Well,
yeah,
I mean,
there will.
he's not even running
you think we're going to
Walmart.
see Walmart Field? Is that what it's going to be?
I mean, there's already.
Bro, he's the heir. He doesn't
great
He's
value.
just the heir to Walmart.
It's like they've got so much
Yeah, he's
money.
just
What
got
difference
money
does it
coming
make?
in. He doesn't care about
Yeah.
the company.
All he
Yeah.
gotta do is run the Broncos.
That's a good gig. That's a good gig. Let me just run a sports franchise. How about that? Anybody want to just let me run a sports franchise? I'll do pretty
Bro, I would do so many things.
Fantasy football is fun,
I'll
but
do
I want to do it in
pretty
real
good.
life.
Oh my god, that
I'll
would
do-
be
I'll-
so much fun.
good. I'll do pretty good.
At least I'll try. If not, I can just sell them, right?
All right, guys. Tomorrow night, don't forget drive-in
Drive-in.
event.
Friday nights.
Be there.
Rudy.
Be square. 7:30. Gates open at the drive-in. Rudy, Friday Night Lights. Come see the movies with us. Come meet everybody. The Heart of Ohio Sports broadcast team. We got a couple new guys that have not been on podcasts yet that we want you guys to meet. Our new crew.
Oh yeah.
Also, don't forget Wednesday, Over Under Podcast, 8 o'clock, right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Have the heaters for you.
And we got some high school sports coming up as high school football kicks off this
Yeah.
Thursday. Calvert versus Mohawk. Friday, Columbian versus Fremont Ross. And don't forget about Saturday, the Route 30 Rumble. Starting right here on Heart of Ohio Sports, right around 7:30, I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah, somewhere around in there. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us tonight. I want to thank Greg Kinn for turning the dials, keeping us live here tonight. Thanks to my partners here to my left. Thanks to Connor Roush, and thanks to Joey for coming on with us. I appreciate your time tonight. Thank you. And once again, please share the video. It helps us more than you know. Thanks again. Thanks for tuning in here on The Pulse on Heart of Ohio Sports.